Good morning, everybody. RV living with the geezer back in Boyd, Texas. Drove back yesterday. Yeah, it's been a crazy 3 days. I tell you. Made it down to Bernie, have those procedures done, and visited with my friend Terry on Thursday when I got there, and then she picked me up early at the Motel 6. The next morning, I had to be there by 7 a.m. And so got that taken care of, which is pretty easy. You know, it's just a good nap is all it is. So then I went out to see if I could find my buddy Gene, and he wasn't home at his RV, so I went up to H-E-B because he always hangs around up there. This is my 89-year-old buddy, and I didn't see him in there, and I was fixing to leave, and here he comes. So I snuck up behind him and surprised him. Yeah, he's talking to some lady there, and he was really surprised. We went out to his place and had a nice visit. But then I went back and saw Terry a little bit more that afternoon. We went and got something to eat. Oh, got some fish tacos at Las Palapas. I tell you what, those are the best fish tacos. I used to get them at the Las Palapas in Leon Springs. So after I visited with Gene, he said, "Why don't we meet tomorrow morning," which was yesterday, "before you leave for breakfast?" And I said, okay. So we met at Maggie's Cafe in Bernie, and it's a real good Mexican place. It's where everybody goes. And so I saw another old buddy of mine in there. But here's where the weekend goes downhill rapidly. We ate breakfast, and Gene, keep in mind he's 89, he goes to dollar stores and he buys little stuffed animals for kids for like $1 a piece. And when he sees a little kid like in H-E-B, he'll give him a stuffed animal. So we're coming out of Maggie's. We had nice huevos rancheros. We're coming out of Maggie's, and this family is going in, and they have a little boy. So Gene's vehicle was parked right there. He said, "Hey, hang on." Told them, you know. And he went into his car, and he got one of those little stuffed animals and gave it to that boy. And I won't get into too many details, but I guess the dad told the little boy to say thank you. Gene was walking off from him, and the little boy was trying to thank him, and I guess when Gene heard him, he turned his head and looked back, and when he did, he tripped and went down and smacked his forehead, straight into the concrete steps. I was like, maybe 3 yards in front of him, watching it, and I saw him when he tripped, and I got to take one step forward. I was gonna try to catch him, and he hit, and he didn't put his arms out or anything. His head hit first into the concrete. And folks, I won't get into the gory details, but I thought I heard it when it hit. Got him turned over and set him up, and they ran inside to get some towels. He was bleeding terribly. So I put direct pressure on his head wound. He had about a 4-inch gash on his head that was about like 2 inches wide. That's how deep and bad it was. And also one on I think he may have broke his nose too. And just remember, he's 89, okay? So of course somebody there called 911, and the EMS building is right down the road, so they got there really fast. And loaded him up and took him to the emergency room. Nothing I could do, so I just started coming on home, and I was trying to get a hold of his son, who lives in Dripping Springs. And I couldn't get a hold of him for a while, but I finally did. And he said that they transferred him to University Hospital in San Antonio. I guess after they got him sewed up and everything. I don't know how many details I need to be putting out that Gene would want me to, but I haven't heard any more since then. They'd done a CAT scan, and just your prayers would be great for my friend Gene. I've known him since 1978, and I'll tell you what, you talk about we were having such a good time, and you talk about putting a damper on something. Folks, things can happen in a second. In 1 second, you can go from A to Z. A being the highest you can get, to Z being almost about the lowest. I mean, I never been so scared in my life when he hit that, when I heard him hit that concrete, his head. So I prayed, off and on. I couldn't get it out of my mind all the way back to Boyd yesterday. And I did get to swing by and watch Sonny's little volleyball team. They won their first match of the year. They hadn't won yet, and they won yesterday. I don't even know what team it was they were playing, but they were playing over in Peaster, which was good because that was on my way home from down in Bernie. Peaster's over west, a little bit west of Weatherford. So anyway, guys, that's the story of that's my story of my weekend. And yeah, the procedures went good, and of course they always send some specimens in, so you're always on edge till the results from that come back. So and he gave me a prescription for some acid reducers. I guess I'm getting too much acid in my stomach is what's causing this problem. So, but I go back down there next week, Friday actually, for that reunion on Saturday. So, in the Motel 6 I had in Bernie, it was really nice. It's right on Main Street, but it was really quiet at night. And I had a second story, an upstairs room, which I like because you don't have people up above you. Well, one time I was in a motel and there was kids up above me, and I mean, I think they ran around all night long, and you can hear them, pop, 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 pop. But if you're on the second story, you don't hear all that. So anyway, we're back at where I'm at home, and got my eggs and a ham steak, so I'm staying off the carbs. Oh, they weighed me over there before I had my procedure. I've lost 21 pounds in the last 3 months since July. So I guess that's good, and I know why I've lost it, because I have been eating my diet consists like grilled chicken salads is all. So I've been staying away from those carbohydrates. So anyway, I'm gonna hang with that. I'd like to lose another 20 pounds. Probably get my blood pressure down. Maybe I can get it down where I wouldn't have to take a blood pressure pill. All right, we're home. Just wanted to update you. Say some prayers for old Gene if you would, please. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching my videos. I've got about, I'm going to put this one out this morning so you all know what's going on, but I've got about 7 videos made from my trip that I took. So we'll be seeing all those. I'll spread them out. Adios. Bye-bye.